Hello everybody and welcome to Clemson News Now. I am Logan Murphy.
And I'm Mackenzie Miles. We have a lot to talk about, so let's go ahead and get into it.
South Carolina residents should be happy as there has been a recent drop in gas prices.
According to a Gas Buddy report, South Carolina gas prices have fallen 1.4 cents per gallon in the past week, averaging around $2.26. The survey also found that gas prices are down 2.5 cents per gallon in the last month and stand 19 cents lower per gallon than last year. The least expensive in the state is in our local area, with 5 gas stations in Spartanburg pricing a gallon of gas for almost $2. This is good news for those of you who are traveling during the holidays in the next couple of months. To find the best gas prices in your area, visit gasbuddy.com.
Over the past 8 years, Julie Skillman has been extremely grateful. 8 years ago, she found out she no longer had breast cancer, which had made her so fearful for the unknown for so long.
1 in 8. That is how many women will develop breast cancer in the United States in their lifetime. On average, every 2 minutes, a woman will be diagnosed with breast cancer. Julie Skillman, born in Pickaway, Ohio, and currently residing in Charleston, South Carolina, is a dentist who owns Pleasant Smile Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Julie is a mother of 3 children, Grace, Emily, and Luke. Julie was diagnosed with breast cancer in May of 2010 after finding a lump in her breast while doing a self-exam in the shower.
I was just shy of 38, so a mammogram was not required at the time.
While Julie says she was very scared when hearing she had breast cancer, when asked what the scariest part was, she responded,
The scariest part, I guess, is the unknown, making sure the drugs work, and making sure my kids still had a mother.
Despite all that she was going through, Julie said she had to remain focused. She was the main provider of her family, and her children were always her #1 priority.
That is such a great story, Logan. I have something really similar to share as well. This future medical student explains how her grandmother's fight against breast cancer would ultimately change her life in a powerful way.
My grandmother was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she actually moved into our house and lived in our guest room while she was going through chemo.
At only 6 years old, a difficult experience would instill passion into this young woman's career in medicine, a career impacted by an influential woman's triumph in defeating breast cancer.
As a young age, I was exposed to cancer and saw how much of a negative impact it can have on your life.
Seeing the effect cancer had on her grandmother's life, Allie Ottinger studies this disease as a biology major here at Clemson University.
I do think that my experience with my grandmother did play a role into that, and now oncology really is one of those fields that I'm looking to go into.
This experience would lead her on a journey opening her eyes to the significance of breast cancer. She believes that because of the high rates of breast cancer in Panama, bringing awareness to the women about early detection is critical.
We still need to keep getting that awareness out there so people can do these self-breast exams and see their physicians to make sure that they're stopping cancer at earlier stages where it's more treatable.
Thanks to Allie, breast cancer might meet its end. Now let's talk about an event that Clemson Esports Club will travel to and compete at next week, DreamHack Atlanta. Better known as Local Area Network, or LAN, people from all over the world come to play in popular video games for entertainment and cash prizes. The club will be participating in various tournaments for popular competitive games such as Overwatch and League of Legends. You can find out more about the DreamHack on their website, dreamhack.com.
If you're walking across campus on Clemson University during the fall season, you might not realize that the leaves on the trees reflect the brand colors of Clemson.
During the months of October and November, the leaves' colors turned crisp orange and a subtle royal purple, resembling the colors worn around the university by students, fans, and faculty.
Being in Clemson in the fall is so great. I'm from the low country, so the leaves don't really change very much, but when we're up here, the leaves all change and sort of turn orange and brown, and it's really fun because when you're at a football game, like everyone's wearing orange, but then also the trees are orange too, so it's sort of like nature is rooting for Clemson too. It's always really fun walking to class in the fall time because it's like colder outside. and everyone's wearing their like orange shirts on Fridays. It's the fall time, so all the leaves are changing colors, and it just sort of feels like fall, like where in the summertime or the springtime the colors don't really mesh. It's sort of fun because it all comes together in the fall, where it's like football's on and purple and orange, and those are just sort of the colors of fall, it feels like.
The colors of fall resonate with the colors of Clemson University, symbolizing the spirit of the students and the faculty on campus. From Clemson University, Katie Mann, Clemson News Now.
Fall means one thing, and that means orange pants for Clemson football.
Coming up later, we have a story behind football's orange breeches.
The Alabama native wins the foot race, and Clemson strengthens its grip.
Determined spirit lives at Clemson. Always has. We're passionate, we're tenacious, and we're solid orange. But most of all, we're a family. Sometimes loud, always proud, ever loyal. With a determined spirit that says, bring it on. Go Tigers.
As the warm vacation season starts coming to an end, Myrtle Beach is looking to make some additions to their main tourist attractions for the next busy summer season. Myrtle Beach is one of the most popular destinations in South Carolina when it comes to vacation. One of its main attractions, Broadway at the Beach, may be gaining a new restaurant chain. It's very popular along the shores of Alabama. The name of this restaurant is The Hangout, and it will likely bring even more attention to the area.
Clemson students are starting to break out their sweaters as we start to get into colder weather. Let's see how people are reacting to this fall season.
The fall season is upon us as we have transitioned from sunny skies to orange leaves and cooler temperatures. For residents at Clemson, fall has a different meaning for each individual. For Clemson senior Matthew Suffren, fall means new beginnings.
For the fall, I pretty much just like that new things usually happen. So for like most part in life, we've gone back to school, so we get to meet new friends, learn new things.
Other students enjoy the changes in weather that fall brings. Clemson senior Tyler Kidd is already enjoying this nice weather as well as the fall scenery.
I always kind of like the weather, like it's a nice middle ground between summer and winter, especially around here in South Carolina. It's like not too hot, not too cold. And then just kind of like the general colors, the vibe, you know. Like, it's very calming.
While most people watch the colors change in the trees, there are others who are unable to enjoy this fully. Local resident Keegan Wade has never been able to completely experience the change due to colorblindness that he's had since birth.
I am red-green colorblind, and I can't see the true color of the leaves because I can't see the red or even some of the lighter shades of green, so it's its own season to me because I don't think anyone really sees it like I see it.
However, this condition does not prevent him from finding ways to enjoy the fall season, even as a child.
When I was younger, I used to make piles of leaves and jump into them knowing that I would have to run into the house and take a Benadryl right after because my allergies were so bad, but I would keep doing it year after year and keep getting yelled at by my parents, but it never stopped me. It was too much fun.
The fall season can create a great mood no matter where you are. And with the holiday season approaching, soon you're going to see everyone in costumes. What am I going to be this year? I'm going to be a giraffe. So go out and celebrate the holiday season. From Clemson University, Cameron Keller, Clemson News Now.
It seems like we can almost do anything with technology nowadays. Effective immediately, Clemson University students, faculty, and staff can now add their Tiger One cards to Apple Wallet and use their iPhone or Apple Watch to access buildings on campus, purchase meals, and a lot more. Make sure you're running the latest iOS software, which would be iOS 13.1 or higher.
The Women's Leadership Program at Clemson University celebrates its 5th anniversary this month.
Dr. Diane Perpich, the program's director, has a passion for empowering women. She's proven this with many success stories throughout the program's history. Reporter Sally Payne explores her journey and talks to Dr. Pepperich about the process of creating it.
Today, women make up only 5% of Fortune 500 CEOs, and this gap has been constant throughout recent decades. Dr. Diane Perpich recognized this and sprung to action. In 2012, she created the Women's Leadership Program for Clemson University and saw its implementation in 2014. When asked what her inspiration was, Dr. Perpich said,
What are the real challenges that women face? And we don't quite have the challenge that people did in the 70s when they created women's studies, which is women aren't in the classroom, women aren't on the syllabi. Women are in the classroom. They're over 54% of undergraduates right now, but we still have a leadership gap, and the major was created to really help close that gap.
Her design is the nation's first Bachelor of Arts degree in Women's Leadership, so in the beginning, she was met with some uncertainty.
So we didn't know if students would come, and we didn't know if our faculty colleagues would buy into this way of framing the questions that are traditionally treated under gender, sexuality, and women's studies.
Currently, the Women's Leadership Program flourishes. It's increased from 1 student to 50 in the past 5 years, grew by 400% between last year and this year, developed a study abroad program in India, and established an annual conference. This increase of size brings a vibrancy, a diversity of thought and career paths, and a possibility of one day becoming a full-on department. With Clemson News Now, this is Sally Payne at Clemson University.
WYFF4 announced the amazing recovery of a hit-and-run victim who, after a year later, is finally getting to meet the first responders who saved his life. A car hit Ben McCall from behind in October of 2018, which resulted in 30 broken bones and some traumatic injuries. To meet these people in person is amazing, something I'll never forget, said McCall. It meant the world to me to be able to see the people who saved my life, he added. Investigators are still on the hunt for the person responsible for the hit and run. However, McCall was looking for a sense of closure and meeting the people responsible for his survival.
For the last story, Alex Kelly brings you the history behind Clemson's orange pants, also known as their orange breeches.
It's that time of year again, Clemson fans, where we're going to see those orange breeches pretty soon, signaling a national championship run by the Clemson football team.
See all these white jerseys with the orange breeches getting up there close. Clemson brings out the orange breeches when it's a big game, when it's championship time. They can clinch the division tonight.
So today I met up with Clemson football equipment manager Nash Newberry to talk a little bit about the orange breeches. It's an exciting time of the year for Clemson fans as the football team will be getting into its championship phase, which means it'll be wearing the orange pants, orange breeches. So the orange pants bring out the best in the team's play, and they're going to elevate it and hopefully make a championship run.
The Alabama native wins the foot race, and Clemson strengthens its grip on this championship game.
So the history of the orange pants, aka the orange breeches, is Clemson in 2012 lost to West Virginia by a wide margin in the Orange Bowl. And since then, Coach Sweeney has been very traditional in wanting to wear white pants for almost all the games. The exception is for championship or trophy games. So at the end of each season, from then on, Clemson has worn orange pants if there's a chance to clinch the Atlantic Division, the state championship against South Carolina, the ACC championship, and then a bowl game, and now with the college football playoff, a playoff game.
These pants must be magical because Clemson wore them when they won the 2016 national championship.
Watson, touchdown!
And the 2018 national championship.
Third throw in 3 plays, it's intercepted, and the Tigers are going the other way. A.J. Terrell with a pick six.
Before you know it, Tiger Nation, Clemson will be rocking those championship mode orange breeches. From Clemson University, Alex Kelly, Clemson News Now.
That was such a cool story. Well, thank you for joining us. I'm Mackenzie Miles.
And I'm Logan Murphy. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you have a wonderful day.